immerse yourself into the world of Creepy Man. He's waiting for you.
This was a ritual. Every night at exactly 9:30 p.m., Michael would walk down the narrow hallway toward the room of his 7-year-old son, Lucas. No matter how exhausting the day had been, no matter how late he returned from work, he never skipped this ritual. Because if he didn't do it, Lucas wouldn't sleep. The boy had always been sensitive to the dark. Shadows stretched longer in his imagination. The wardrobe seemed to breathe. The corners of the room felt like they were whispering. And the monsters, well, they lived under the bed. Tonight was no different. As Michael reached the door, the hallway light flickered once. He told himself it was nothing. He slowly opened the door. The room was soaked in dim light. Only a dinosaur-shaped night lamp glowed with a soft yellow hue. Toys were scattered across the carpet. Even though the window was closed, the curtains swayed gently. Lucas lay under the blanket, pulled up to his chin. "Asleep, buddy?" Michael asked softly. The boy didn't reply immediately. Michael stepped a little closer. That's when he saw Lucas was smiling. The smile was wide, unnaturally stretched from ear to ear. Something tightened in Michael's chest. "Everything okay, son?" he asked. Lucas slowly nodded his head. "Dad," he said, "can you check for monsters under my bed?" Michael let out a nervous little, "You're too old for that now, champ." But Lucas didn't laugh. "Please," he whispered. Something was wrong. Michael took a deep breath. "All right, let's prove there's nothing there," he muttered. He bent down and looked under the bed. His breath stopped. In the darkness, pressed against the wall, curled up, was Lucas, his real son. Tears were streaming down his cheeks. "Dad, there's someone on my bed." His voice came out in a trembling whisper. Michael's heart started pounding loudly. The boy, hiding underneath, grabbed his father's wrist tightly. "It came from the closet," he whispered. A chill ran through Michael's body. Very slowly, he lifted his head. Michael stumbled backward in fear. He pulled the real Lucas out from under the bed. The creature sitting on the mattress jerked upright. Its smile returned and widened. Suddenly, the lights went out. The entire room was swallowed by thick darkness. Lucas screamed. Michael didn't wait even a second. He picked Lucas up and ran toward the hallway. As he reached the door, for 1 second, the room light flickered back on, and Michael saw it. Standing in the middle of the room, tall, twisted, smiling. The door slammed shut on its own. Michael kept running without looking back. They didn't return to that room that night, and never did again. The next morning, Michael called the police. They searched the house, found nothing. No signs of break-in, no damage. They moved 3 states away. New town, new house, new routines. For a while, Ethan stopped asking about monsters. He began sleeping peacefully. No bad dreams, no whispers, no strange smiles. Michael almost convinced himself it was all stress, a shared hallucination born from fear. 3 weeks later, at 9:30 p.m., Michael was brushing his teeth. That's when he heard it. Lucas's voice came from the hallway. "Dad." Michael rushed outside. Lucas stood there in his pajamas, rubbing his eyes. "I heard it again," he whispered. Michael's heart sank. "Heard what?" Lucas looked toward his room. "The checking." A long silence filled the hallway. Michael swallowed hard. "What do you mean?" Lucas's voice was shaking. every night when you check under my bed, something checks under yours." Michael's breath almost stopped. Slowly, he turned his head. At the end of the hallway was his own bedroom. The door was slightly open. Behind him, Lucas whispered, "Don't look, Dad." And just then, a face peeked out, only half visible, one eye staring at him. Suddenly, the door slammed shut with full force. The whole house trembled. The lights went out. Thick darkness everywhere. Michael screamed as something dragged him back into the shadows. Next day, when the police arrived, there was no sign of Michael. The neighbors said they heard the scream too. No sign of Michael and Lucas, and no sign of whatever was waiting under the bed. So tell me, are monsters only under children's beds, or do they wait for someone to look for them? Tonight, before you sleep, take one look at your bedroom door, and if you hear a faint knock, remember, not everything needs to be checked. If you found this story truly scary, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon, because the next story might begin in your house. Good night.